Hello and welcome to the Sideboard. I'm Ruben Bressler and I'm here with Anders Simpson Wolf. Anders is 4-0 currently with 20 basic mountains in his deck. It's been a little while since Red Deck Wins was like a very, very good deck. It's been since Goblin Guide basically, but you seem to have found the answer. Tell us a little bit about your deck.
All right, well, this started out just as a pure theoretical playtesting gauntlet. I wanted a really aggressive deck. I already had black-green zombies and build the mono-red of the format, mono-red.
Sure.
The problem is it just kept beating absolutely everything. I wanted some graveyard-based deck and it would annihilate it. I played it against zombies, it would race it. And, I mean, if I'm going to keep winning, I might as well take it to an event.
Sure, there you go. And some of the most important pieces you've got in this deck have come from Return to Ravnica. Of course, Rakdos Cackler being a very important part to any mono-red strategy, going alongside Stromkirk Noble. So Rakdos Cackler was really what this deck wanted. It was just a 1-mana 2/2.
Yeah, just good 1-drops in general. I mean, that's the backbone of the zombies deck. You just can't settle for anything less.
Sure.
Stromkirk Noble is a close second. I have a Miser's Stonewright just because I want more 1-drops. I can't play the full 12. I'm just not. I don't have enough good options.
Yeah, and you also don't really have enough mana. You're playing 20 lands.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly.
At 2-drop, you've got very exciting options from Return to Ravnica. First one is Ash Zealot. Ash Zealot got a little bit of play as a possible answer to Snapcaster Mage. It's also really good against Gravecrawler, but it's also just a 2/2 first strike haste creature that you don't need the other ability.
Yeah, it can attack in a lot of places that my other 2-drops can't. The secondary ability, or I guess tertiary, has been relevant. You know, it's awkward to flashback Lingering Souls. Actually, that's really it. It hasn't been that relevant.
Lingering
but
Souls,
2/2 first strike.
Unburial Rites I could see possibly being an issue.
Sometimes
it's nice to be able to bolt your opponent whenever they want to do anything from their graveyard. Yeah. You've also got Gorehouse Chainwalker, which no one was talking about for Standard at all. And few people were even talking about for Limited, because basically it's a Goblin Piker with Unleash.
Well, hey, if a 1-mana 2/2 is good enough, then a 2-mana 3-power guy's got to be good enough. Sure. And you've also got Rakdos Shred Freak and Mog Flunkies to fill out the rest of your 2s. You've actually just got 14 2-drops, creatures, in your deck. So you're coming out aggressive every single time. And then you top off your curve with Hellrider, which seems very good with all of your haste creatures. Yeah, I originally had 4 Hellrider and 2 Mog Flunkies, but I mean, gotta respect the curve. I only have 20 lands.
Right, and then the rest of your deck is filled out with 12 burn spells and 2 Nightbird Clutches.
Yeah.
Talk to me about Nightbird Clutches.
So I wanted more burn spells, but the only options were terrible. Pillar of Flame and Searing Spear are your cheapest options. Brimstone Volley is amazing, and Flames of the Firebrand, Annihilating Fire, they're fine, but they're 3 mana, which is a lot.
Sure.
Nightling's Clutches is a pseudo burn spell. I'm playing 26 creatures. The odds are pretty good I'm going to have something to attack with.
Right.
And this was partly inspired by seeing Crippling Blatant Zombies. It's a very good answer to Thragtusk. This is mine.
Sure. And it's also a very good answer to all the other defensive creatures in the format, like Tristani or even something along the lines of something like a Restoration Angel that's been in play for a turn.
Yeah, I saw Tristani in round 4. Thankfully mulched into the graveyard, but...
Nice.
Yeah, thank God.
Now, let's move over to your sideboard real quick. We've got a couple interesting options over in your sideboard. My favorite option that you have is the Forge Devil.
Oh, yes.
Tell me a little bit about why you bring Forge Devil in.
So, I'm always looking for more 1-drops. He really just comes in against mana guys, so like any of the Avacyn's Pilgrims or Arbor Elves, he's amazing against. Especially on the draw, it's really nice to just have a 1/1. It's not amazing, but he'll do 3 or 4 damage over the course of the game, and he's pretty good with Hellrider as a body. Yeah,
and it's better than a burn spell because you just get that extra damage in. You get to take out the guy and then have the body still on the board to be able to either interact with Hellrider or even just peck away for a couple damage.
Or Mog Flunkies. Like, the body is very important.
Now, you've also got an Electrickery in the sideboard, which you said was mostly for Lingering Souls. Also for Lingering Souls and for other little creature decks, I guess, is Flames of the Firebrand, which you said you didn't really like in the main deck, but against certain matchups is very good.
Yeah, it's more so that I like Brimstone Volley better. It's a much more linear 5 damage spell.
Right.
I wind up swapping a lot just depending on which matchup it is. I just thought I need to be able to race better in the main deck.
Now, for the decks that aren't playing early creatures, but are instead trying to go over the top with Angel of Serenity or something enormous like that, you have Mark of Mutiny. which I actually forgot was in the format. Tell us about Mark of Mutiny.
It's been awesome. You don't bring it in very often, but when you do, it's a beating.
Sure.
People try to stabilize with Thrag Tusk, and he will eat everything on my team. Or I can Mark of Mutiny it and deal 17 in one turn.
There you go. That'll work. When they gain 5, but then you take their 5.
Yeah.
And then turn it into 6, and then bring in all your guys. That's very good. Well, you're 4-0 right now. You've beaten 4 different archetypes, right?
Yeah.
So what have you beaten so far today?
Round 1, I beat Esper Spirits.
Okay.
Round 2, I beat Black-Green Zombies in a close 3 games. That deck's fast.
Yeah.
Round 3, I played against Blue-White Humans, which Forge Devil is also very good against.
Sure. Taking out Champion of the Parish and War Falcon and things like that.
Yeah, Thalia, Knight of Glory.
Thalia, sure.
And then round 4, I played against Junk Reanimator.
Nice.
So far, everything's worked out well. It's hard. It's a lot of math.
Sure.
But can't complain.
You got to count to 20 sometimes. Well, if you're looking for an exciting fast deck, but don't necessarily want to be on the Zombies plan, take a look at this mono red deck. It's very, very interesting, and we wish you the best of luck, Anders. Thank you for joining me in the sideboard. I think we're going to toss to a commercial. We're going to toss to a commercial break, and then we'll be back for the next round at Star City Games, Providence.
SCG Live is brought to you by StarCityGames.com, where you can now order Return to Ravnica boxes, cases, fat packs, and more. With great prices, excellent customer service, and the world's largest